kind of marketed right away as, obviously you've always been sort of a body guy. You had the physique, you had the look. You were marketed right away as sort of a sex symbol in WWE. But how much do you think that took away from the fact that you could actually wrestle?
You know, you understand, I was very young to the business at that point. I was a rookie, and even though I had my exposure to the business, in some childhood years, I still was I wasn't exposed around. I wasn't really smartened up in other elements that were very important about that business to have success. People don't realize you can have the body, the look, you can have the skills, the mic skills, the charisma, and all those elements. But there's politics backstage. There's a certain way, to conduct yourself that's politically correct, so to speak. So you can have all these tools and have all the potential in the world, but not get a damn break because you pissed somebody off, or you didn't shake the right hand, or you didn't create a relationship with somebody in a certain way. There's so many elements that have to be in place for it to really work. And for me, when I first came in, I had anticipated, pretty much my whole life, that one day I would give this a shot. And coming from a legacy name in the name of Stasiak, my father, Stan the Man, I just never anticipated that I would be given a character that was a cheesy one-word name, meat character. I was disappointed, but I was still very excited because I was like, you know what, take this character, do the best that you know how. This is just getting started. It's like an actor. It's like taking a movie role, But then again, some of the challenges can be you take a particular gimmick in pro wrestling, or like an actor in a movie. If you play too many comedy spots, then it's hard to be taken as a serious actor, or be put in in a drama or a suspense or something. When you're just known for a particular genre. And I think that can also bite someone in the if that happens. For me, I just I spoke to some veterans. They said, Shawn, I just take it, run with it, have fun, learn the craft, and things can always change, and they will. And that's just how I looked at it. But I was a little disappointed because, and then years later, fast forward, especially to today, who I am as a man, and how I perceive myself in the world, and I've grown so much. I look back at that, and it's just goofy stuff that I look back. I did the best I knew how at the time, but. Looking back now, it's like, if I could do it all over again, I would have preferred just to be, not a boring old second generation wrestler. Like, I don't want to live on anybody's coattail. I want to make a name for my own, for myself, right? But I'm sure the Shawn Stasiak today as a character would be an extension or just a reflection of who I really am as a person today. And that's just a fighter. That's a survivor. I keep swinging, and he's full of piss and vinegar, and he's all business, and but he's got. I think that there's some elements that the Shawn Stasiak character would have been very entertaining, but still taken seriously and keeping credibility in the business to be the type that could to be a runner for the world title, or be taken to that type of level, to be taken serious. The character and gimmicks that I did were all narcissism, posing, vanity, sex symbol, like you mentioned earlier. It's just goofy, stupid shit, honestly. And but it is what it is, And I look back at my career, and it's funny, Brian, because a lot of people, they think I've been in the business a lot longer than I really was. I've been in the business maybe a total of 4 years at that level. And the reason why it seems longer that I've been in the business is because I was part of an era that was so heightened and so magnified. Because fast forward 20 years, and I'm not, dogging the product today, but it's just a different product.
Yes.
I mean, it's just a whole different ballgame. And it's funny, I was having a conversation backstage. I went to AEW, one of their shows here locally, and it was Kazarian I had this conversation with, a nice guy. And we're talking, and I said, you realize that, that I'd only been in the business for just under 4 years? He was like, really? I would have thought you were around for maybe 15 years. I said, no, man, it was a short career. Such a special, heightened, magnified era called the Attitude Era. and just such larger-than-life names and the way the guys looked and the energy they exude. These are guys that didn't try to play a tough guy. They were tough, or they weren't acting their character. They just were being their character, and it was much more believable. Even though it got a little gimmicky as well, right?
Yeah.
But you just believed when Rick Rude walked to the curtain, when I was a kid, I believed he could kick my ass and steal my girlfriend. So the element of reality of that, suspending your disbelief and just living in the moment. And I just, I got a little off topic there, but I just think that, I kind of wish, looking back, I do have, I would say, regrets. Maybe a little bit. I mean, I think you just learn from your mistakes in life, right, in general. And I look back, and if I could do it all over again, I would have conducted some things a little bit differently that I think would have given me the opportunity to really showcase and develop too. Because I was still wrong, as I was, starting out. But I think that started coming with WCW, more experience when I went back the second tenure with WWE. I was finding, I was starting to find myself a little bit, but then, life happens, and then I believe in pro wrestling, like let's just say even today, to this very point, I stay in shape, I'm 50 years old, I'm not a spring chicken, but you know what, there's still people come up to me all the time. In fact, I'm about to go to the gym now, and they're going to say, you're the wrestler guy. They see me as the wrestler over, Dr. Shawn the chiropractor. They see the speaker, but in me, right? Because I'm always, I'm real with people, and I don't like to bullshit. I like to inspire people. I like to get a fire under their ass, and that's just me. That's what brings me the most fulfillment. And but it's almost like I'm 260 pounds. I'm in shape, and I'm surprised that I'm in the shape that I'm in at this age. I'm thinking, man, with what I know today and who I am, and what the climate of the world is right now, and I just think a Shawn Stasiak character today. You just give me the microphone, and I really believe I can get people emotionally invested in me and the storyline, whether you love me or you hated me. But either way, I'm going to elicit an emotion from you, and that's what is awesome about pro wrestling. When you don't give a about how many moves someone can do, or you can do all these flips, and it's not Circus Olay, right? It's pro wrestling. It's telling a story, and it's eliciting emotions, man. And I love storylines and promos that there's reality parallels that are it's still a work, but there's a lot of reality parallels where you're literally looking at the screen going, damn, I know it's a work, but holy crap, man, I think he's really pissed off, or he's very emotional about this, or, the lines are blurry a bit, and that's the kind of, insight that I have now today that I feel I would bring to any wrestling product or company, but I certainly don't want to be taking bumps anymore, and I certainly am not interested in a full-time schedule. But if the business was right, and, they wanted to draw back an old demographic that they've lost, I feel I'm one of the very few people left that still, honestly, potentially do that. And I say this humbly, Ryan. I'm not looking to come back. I'm not looking to, I'm just speaking from the heart, man. I really believe this. And there's a part of me, because in life, you see how fast life is going, right? Where it's just amazing. And I'm going, this would be, I just don't have any regrets when I'm 70, 80 years old, God willing I make it that far. But to look back and go, man, I wonder if I would have, should I made a better phone call? Should I pushed it? And I'm to the belief of, I believe in law of attraction, and you got to put, practically, you can't him and haw and pray and sing Kumbaya all day and expect things to just show up at your door. You got to have some practical, daily, progressive steps towards any goal in life, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I feel like if it's meant to happen and things are smooth and it feels right and the business was right and everything was right, I'm definitely still open to a Shawn Stasiak character